synchronize. I hope my voice doesn't sound that bad. I've been breathing so many fumes. This is a spider plant. Fortunately, it contains comparatively few spiders. Interestingly, spider plants are actually a member of the asparagus family, which means it's like grass, but asparagus. And if you've ever seen an asparagus plant, it looks nothing like this. But the problem I'm encountering has to do with the fact that I have to water these plants. No, I just showed you that complicated watering system. Well, the problem is the complicated watering system is very complicated and tends to break. It works for a limited time, but it clogs up over time. Or it waters some plants too much and some not enough. So sometimes I need to water a plant a little bit. As you can see, this spider plant is very wilted. It's very dry in there. So how do I water a plant? Well, generally speaking, I have a bucket full of water. I hope it's water. It's oddly foamy for water. So the way I've often done this, it's cold, a little slippery. There's a jar in there. So I can water plants one jar at a time. The problem is, I just stuck my hand in water, now it's running down my elbow. I don't like being wet at all. It's one of my least favorite things. It's also slow. It takes a long time to water the plants that way. Now, there's also this, a watering can. I don't look like I'm looking at you because the camera is up there, so now I'm looking at you. But this is a watering can. I forgot I had this before I started the project. So, the main issue is, yes, I have a watering can, but you know what the water pressure here is? It's not high. It takes forever to fill up a watering can and then, whoop, it's gone. It's easy to fill up a bucket in the bathtub, hard to fill this up in the sink, and it's not really feasible to fill this one up with the other unless I want to use the jar. So, I created a solution, and not just the solution that's full of this bucket that may be not entirely water. I created this, which, weirdly enough, I think I may have created this before, not on this channel, but I think it existed in a different form before this. This is the solution to the problem. What is it? Well, this is basically this, but overcomplicated. So if you look in the center, this is how I figured out. I had this sticking out of a shelf and I bumped into it. In the middle here, that thing is a flow jet 24 volt pump. I think it's 24 volts, not 100% sure. I do know, or I think at least mostly, that they're used in hot tubs. What a hot tub uses this pump for, I have no idea. I barely even know how a hot tub works. Like, all I know is it's a giant cauldron of human soup, and I never want to get in one, ever. I will get so itchy. Aside from that, it's connected by pipes. In the center there's a valve. Originally I had a more complicated system to control that valve, but it didn't work because apparently it anti-leaked. It sucked air. So to look at how this works, down here there's a little springy thing. What that's holding in is two 6-volt packs of AA batteries. That's 12 volts. Admittedly that's not 24 volts, but it's enough voltage, and I'm pulling a string of hot glue you probably can't see. It connects to the batteries to the pump. When the pump is active by the switch in the trigger of the gun, it will suck water from the back through this pipe and send it out the nozzle in the front. Now, there's a switch in the side that activates the circuit and turns on a Christmas light that I installed, which is very bright, which is the arm light. There is a second light in there next to it, which is the firing light, which turns on when I hit the button. Now, it does take a long time to prime this thing because it has to suck in water and blow out air. But now, I can water a plant. As you can see, the plant is being thoroughly watered. Why go through all the trouble of creating a watering gun out of random spare pieces of wood, a hot tub pump, a piece of valve, random pipe, and clearly well-connected wire, and several switches that are oddly rusty? Well, the short answer is a lot of the plants are high up, so I can't lift the bucket. I have weak, spindly scientist arms. I can't lift the bucket all the way up to the plants and pour it in without pouring water all over my floor. So I want to be able to reach high up plants. That's on the floor now. And I want to be able to water them while they are up without having to take them down, but without having to fill up a watering can. So I can fill up this bucket, haul the bucket around with me, and water the entirety of my garden through a handheld device. Interestingly, this device works. So I'm actually on a roll at this point. All I wanted to do was demonstrate my pump that I made that does work. It's not a failure. I'm not a failure. Congratulations me. End the video.